जगतगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की। Hare Krishna. I seek blessings and permission from Srila Prabhupada, the entire Guru Parampara and my Guru Maharaj, so I can speak few words in glorification of Srimad Bhāgavatam for my own glorification. And I also seek blessings from all of you assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So, we are reading from Canto 1, the creation, chapter 18, Mahārāja Parīkṣit cursed by a Brahman boy. And in this section of Bhāgavatam, Parīkṣit Maharaj is described as a Rajarshi, a Raja and a Rishi. So one such Rajarshi was King Kulshekar. So King Kulshekar, he has written some beautiful poems and bhajans in the glorification and as prayers to the Supreme Lord Krishna. So in one such prayer, Kulshekar Alvar, King Kulshekar says that Karacharan saroje kantimannetra mine Shamamushi bhutavichi Vyakule gadha marge Harisarasi vigahya Tejau jalaugham Bhavamaru parikhinnam Kleshamadhya tyajami. So King Kulshekar says that he describes Krishna's beauty. Kara charana saroje. So Krishna's hands and his charan, his feet, they are like saroj, lotus. And his eyes, he says kantiman netra meena. His netra, his eyes are like meena. Meena means fish. And they are kanti, they have kanti, so they are very bright. So it's a very poetic way of Kulshekar Maharaj saying that Krishna's beauty is so captivating that he himself can't get his eyes off him. So he is describing like a lake of Krishna's beauty, in which there are lotuses of Krishna's lotus feet and his lotus hands. And in that lake of Krishna's beauty, what is swimming? His eyes, the fish of his eyes is swimming, and he's enjoying, the eyes are enjoying the beauty. So he's enjoying his own beauty. So that's what Kara Charana Saroje Kantiman Netramine means. Then he describes his own condition. So he says that Shramamushi Bhujavichi Vyakule Gadhamarge. So he's saying the path I'm walking on, this path of this material world is a god. It is endless. And I am vyakul. I am very anxious. I am in anxiety walking on this path. and Shrama Mushi. I am now exhausted. I'm tired from all the Shrama, all the hard work that I'm having to put in so that I can survive on this path of material world. And on top of that, Bhuja Vichi, I am in the grip of the hands of Maya. So I'm in completely hopeless condition, and in that condition what I am doing is Hari Sarasi Vigahya Tejau Jalaugam. So again he talks about that Jalaugam is the lake. So he says that now I Vigahya means I dive into the lake of Hari Sarasi, in the lake of your glorification. So I now take shelter of Harikatha. So what is my expectation? Bhava Maru Parikhinnam, because this material world, this Bhava is like a Maru, is like a desert, and it has made me khinna, it has made me very disappointed, sad, hopeless. So what I'm doing? Klesham adya tyajami, I am now giving up the klesha, all the distresses of this material world. So I'm taking shelter of Harikatha, the glorification of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila, and I'm ready to give up all the distresses of this life. So just like that, Srimad Bhagavatam is so merciful on us that Monday to Saturday, Srimad Bhagavatam comes to our doorstep. We are, like yesterday, I was referring to a verse that Sukham Shayana Nilaye Nijepi, that we are, some of us are on Saturday morning, they are still in their bed having a nice Sukham Shayana, they having a peaceful sleep and listening to Bhagavatam. Some of us are cooking or preparing for going somewhere. But Srimad Bhagavatam is so merciful to us that it comes to us in our own homes. And on Sunday mornings, it gives us personal association. So like Kulshekhar Maharaj, let's all of us also for the next 1 hour take shelter of Harikatha and drink this nectar of his beauty and his qualities and the qualities of his devotee, particularly in this section that we are reading, his devotee Parīkṣit Mahārāja. So today's verse, the verse we are reading is verse 46 today. So let's read the verse. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dharmapalo narapatihi Satu samrat bruhatshava Shakshan mahabhagavato Rajarshirhay megdayat Shutrutta shramayuto dino Naivasmachapamarhati. Would anyone like to recite?
Dharmapalo narapatihi
Dharmapalo narapatihi
Satu samrat brihitshravah
Satu samrat brihitshravah
Sakshan mahabhagavato
Shakshan mahabhagavato
Rajarishirhayam medhaya Shramayuto Dino
Shrutrushramaयुतो dino
Naivasmachapam Arhati
Naivasmachāpamarhati
Dharmapalo narapatihi
Dharmapalo narapatihi
Satu samrat brihatshravaha
Satu samrat brihashavaha
Sakshan mahabhagavato
Sakshan Mahārāja Rajarshirhayamedhayat
Shrutrishramayuto dino
Shrutrushramaयुतो dino
Naivasmachchapamarhati
Naivasmachāpamarhati
Dharmapalo narapati
Dharmapalo narapatihi
Satu samrat brihatshravaha
Satu samrat brihashavaha
Sakshan mahabhagavato
Sakshan Mahārāja Rajarshirhayamedhayat
Shrutrishramayuto dino
Shrutrushramaयुतो dino
Naivasmachchapamarhati
Naivasmachāpamarhati. Let's look at word to word. Dharmapalaha, the protector of religion. Narapatihi, the king. Saha, he. Tu, but. Samrat, emperor. Brihat, highly. Shravaha, celebrated. Sakshat, directly. Mahābhāgavataha, the first class devotee of the Lord. Raja Rishihi, saint amongst the royal order. Hayamedhayat, great performer of horse sacrifices. Kshuta, hunger. Trita, thirst. Shramayutaha, tired and fatigued. Dinaha, stricken. Na, never. Eva, thus. Asmat, by us. Shapam, curse. Arhati, deserves. Translation by Krishna Krupamurti, His Loving Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Emperor Parīkṣit is a pious king. He is highly celebrated and is a first-class devotee of the personality of Godhead. He is a saint amongst royalty and he has performed many horse sacrifices. When such a king is tired and fatigued, being stricken with hunger and thirst, he does not at all deserve to be cursed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. After explaining the general codes of relating to the royal position and asserting that the king can do no wrong and therefore he is never to be condemned, the sage Shamit wanted to say something about Emperor Parīkṣit specifically. The specific qualification of Mahārāja Parīkṣit is summarized herein. The king, even calculated as a king only, was most celebrated as a ruler who administered the religious principles of the royal order. In the Shastras, the duties of all castes and orders of society are prescribed. All the qualities of a Kshatriya mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 18.43 were present in the person of the emperor. He was also a great devotee of the Lord and a self-realized soul. Cursing such a king when he was tired and fatigued with hunger and thirst was not at all proper. Samik Rishi thus admitted from all sides that Maharaj Parīkṣit was cursed most unjustly. Although all the Brahmanas were aloof from the incident, still the childish action of a Brahman boy, the whole world's situation was changed. Thus, Rishi Samik, a Brahman, took responsibility for all deterioration of the good orders of the world. So before we speak something on this very nice verse, let's recite the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagara Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganam Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Govika Ganda Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishnu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this verse, Samik Rishi is describing 5 qualities of Parīkṣit Maharaj. So he says that Parīkṣit Maharaj is Dharma Pala. He is the upholder of religious principles, righteousness. He is Narapati Satu Samragam. He is Narapati means king, and he's not just an ordinary king. He is a Samrat. He is an emperor of the whole world. So second quality is he is Bruhat Shavaha. He is broadly famed. So his fame is spread all over the world. Then he is Sakshan Mahabhagavato. He is Sakshat. He is himself Mahabhagavat, an exalted, pure, top-class devotee of the Lord. He is a Rajarshi. He is a Raja and a Rishi. A saintly king. He is Haya Medhayat. So he is not just a pious king. He performed so many sacrifices, fire sacrifices also performed this, especially these Ashwamedh Yagnas. So this is how he is. The 5 qualities are described. And then this is what he is. And then Swami Krishna describes how he is, in what condition he is when he has come to my door. So then he says, Kshruta, Shuddha, Truta, Shrama, Yuto, Dino. When he came to my door, he is in a pitiable condition, Dina. Why? Because he is Kshuddha. Kshuddha means hunger. So he is inflicted with hunger. Truta means Trushna, thirst. And Shrama Yuto, he is tired and fatigued. So in that condition, he has come. And then, Naivasmat Chapa Marhati. Na eva asmat shapam arhati. So, na eva asmat means by us. Shapa means curse. Arhati means deserved. So, when he has come to my door in this pitiable condition, certainly he did not deserve arhati, the shapam, asmat shapam. So, he's saying by us, asmat, by us. So his sharp, he did not give himself. His son gave the curse, but he is taking the responsibility. So that's why he is using the word asmat. So what we see in this verse and in all these previous verses where Swami Krishna is lamenting, what we see is that when somebody immature like Shringi judges someone who is a great soul like Parīkṣit Mahārāja, what happens? That is what we see in these verses. And then second thing we see is that great people, when we are in, you are in a position of leadership, Parīkṣit Mahārāja, how the leaders have to be very, very careful in every action, at every step. They have to be very, very careful because they are expected to be at best behavior at all times. He just did one mistake. He was very tired, fatigued. He just wanted some water. He didn't get water, and he put a snake on the neck of a Brahman. So definitely he did make a mistake. And Swami Krishna, it is Swami Krishna's generosity that he is understanding it and is justifying that act. But from the point of view of a king, that behavior was definitely a mistake. So the second thing we see from this verse is that the leaders have to be always very careful in their behavior. And if you look at the purport, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada particularly talks about 3 main points. Firstly, he talks about the qualities of Parīkṣit Mahārāja. He says, in the Shastras, the duties of all castes and orders of society are prescribed, and Parīkṣit Mahārāja had all the qualities that a Kshatriya should have, which Krishna has described in Bhagavad Gita 18.43. So, in Bhagavad Gita 18.43, Krishna says how a Kshatriya should be. So, he says, Shauryam Tejo Dhrutir Dakshyam Yuddhe Chapya Palayanam Danamishwaram Bhavascha Kshatra Karma Swabhavajam. So, a Kshatriya should have Shaurya, heroism. He should have Teja, he should be powerful. He should be charitable, Danam. He should have Dakshyam Yuddhe. So he should be expert in warfare. And Chapya Palayanam. So he should never do Palayan. He should never escape from the battlefield. And Danam, he should be charitable. Ishvara Bhavascha. Kshatriya, a king, ruler, a leader should always have Ishwar Bhava, Krishna in their heart, and they should do the role of leadership as a servant of Ishwar. So, Kshatriya Karma Svabhavajam, this is how a Kshatriya does all his activities. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport that all the qualities Krishna has described, a Kshatriya should have, Parīkṣit Maharaj had. And then, Srila Prabhupada talks that curse was wrong. Prabhupada says he was also a great devotee of the Lord and self-realized soul. So cursing such a king when he was tired and fatigued with hunger and thirst was wrong on my son Shringi's part. So Swami Krishi is recognizing that mistake, and Srila Prabhupada is elaborating on that. And we see, as we said, we saw the word asmat in the verse. So third point Srila Prabhupada emphasizes in this purport is that Swami Krishi is taking responsibility. So even though Prabhupada says, even though all other Brahmanas stayed aloof, but Swami Krishi can see what devastation, what consequences this action of Shringi will bring in the future society. In one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada writes that this will bring end to a happy history. So, Prabhupada recognizes, Swami Krishi is recognizing his son's mistake and he is taking responsibility. So, these are the 3 points Prabhupada emphasizes on the purport. So, now let's talk about Srila Prabhupada's purport in detail. So, in this verse, as we saw when we broke the verse down, Swami Krishi is describing Parīkṣit Mahārāja's character. So first of all, he says he is Dharma Pala, he is the upholder of Dharma, a strict upholder of Dharma. So as an individual, he follows his individual Dharma of his soul, and as a king as well, he follows the duties of a king very expertly. So as a king, he gives shelter to the Brahmanas, to cows, to all his subjects, and he gives shelter to Dharma, religiosity. And that is what we saw in chapter 17 of this canto. So we see that when he saw the bull on one leg struggling to walk, he cared. He approached the bull, he asked him, who broke 3 of your legs? When he saw the cow had tears in her eyes, he cared. He asked, who is your perpetrator? And then he reached to the end of it, and he found the culprit, this Kalipurush, and he punished him as well. So he gave justice to his subjects, even animals, bulls and cows, and even Kalipurush, even though he is a negative character, because he is a subject of him, he did punish him, Parīkṣit Maharaj did punish him, but he also gave him shelter. So, Dharmapala, it is said that Parīkṣit Maharaj, with justice in his hands and Krishna in his heart, he made his throne an altar for righteousness, altar of Dharma. So he was a Dharmapala, a righteous king. Then he was a Samrat who was Bruhashravaha. Bruhashravaha, broadly famed. So he was very, he had a prestigious position all over the world. He was emperor of all over, emperor of the entire world. Because of his devotion, his justice and his righteousness. So, the Vedic kings, in a couple of previous verses, monarchy, the Vedic kings are glorified. So, Vedic kings were famed because they ruled, their governance was such that it was centered around Krishna. For example, Lord Ram's governance. Lord Ram ruled with justice and compassion for all his subjects. So Even today, for good governance, we use the term Ram Rajya. So, like that, Parīkṣit Mahārāja, he stood between Kali and his praja. So that's why, because of that, he restricted Kali in 4 places only, and that is why still today, when we are following our 4 regulative principles, we are still remembering Parīkṣit Mahārāja. So his dharma palan, it was so perfect that even today we remember him. So his Bruhachrava in his time also, and even today. We'll talk about Mahabhagavatam in a bit. He is a Rajarshi. So he is a Raja and a Rishi. So Raja, how can one be a Raja and Rishi both? A Raja is one who is surrounded by all the opulences at all the times, and Rishi is one who has renounced everything. So how can one be a Raja and Rishi both at the same time? So that's how Vedic kings, monarchical kings were. They used to rule not for their own sense gratification, but as a service to Krishna. They realized that they are servant of Krishna, they are subjects, they are parts and parcels of Krishna, and what they are doing as a king is they are serving the parts and parcels of Krishna. So they saw Krishna in all of them, and in that way they ruled as a servant of the Lord. We see in the 9th Canto Amrish Maharaj, he was also a great emperor, and we see that even though he managed this huge kingdom, he in personal life he engaged all his senses in the service of the Lord. Janak Maharaj, the father of Mother Sita. So Janak Maharaj, once some Brahmanas came to Janak Maharaj and asked him that you are such a great devotee of Lord Hari, but you are always surrounded by all these comforts of palace and opulences. So how do you do this? How can you do this? So then Janak Maharaj says that surely I will answer your question, but please come tomorrow in my palace. There is a feast. So they come next afternoon. They have a grand feast. Janak Maharaj has arranged thousands of food items. So when these Brahmanas see this huge feast, they get very pleased, excited. So they can't wait to taste all these food items. But when they sit to have the prasadam, what they see is that above their heads there are naked swords hanging through horse hair. So they are not even stable, they are moving. So then they are served all these thousands of items in front of them. So somehow or other, in very quickly they finish their meal, and then Janak Maharaj asks them when he is washing their hands that so how was the feast? How tasty were everything, and how did you like it? So then the Brahmana says, we don't know what the taste of any of these items were. We don't know what we ate because the sword was hanging on our heads. So Janak Maharaj said exactly. The sword of death is hanging on heads of all of us. So I know that death is coming. So how can then I enjoy these temporary comforts of this material world of the palace when I know that they are given to me because I am the king, because I am serving my praja, my subject. So how can I be diverted and indulge in enjoying these comforts? So like that, Janak Maharaj is a perfect example how a king can also be a great devotee of God. Then this Samik Rishi says that he is Parīkṣit Maharaj's higher Medayat. So he is not just a pious king, he did these sacrifices, especially Ashwamedh Yajna. So he did these sacrifices not for his own sense gratification or some desire to fulfill some desire or some selfish intention. He did that for the purification of the whole world. And then the verse says, he is Kshuta, Truta, Shrama, Yuto, Dena. So he is a king. He lives in the palace surrounded by all the opulences. Then why is he in this Dena condition, inflicted by Kshuddha, hunger, and Truta, thirsty, and why he is so overworked and tired? Because, as we saw in the 17th chapter, he is the emperor of the whole world, and he is on a tour of his own whole kingdom to see how dharma is being upheld, how it is being followed in his entire kingdom. So he has just finished this entire tour. We saw in previous chapters that he has done this huge task of restricting Kali into these 4 places and giving justice to this cow and bull, the Dharma Purush and Mother Earth. So he is tired and fatigued because he is on his own. He is not going with all his entourage. He is on his own. He is away from civilization. He hasn't got access to much food. So in that condition, he reaches to the ashram, the hermitage of Samik Rishi. And that's why he is so fatigued now that he does, when he comes to Samik Rishi's ashram, he does not ask for some VIP treatment or some comforts. He just asks for some water. So certainly, he, as Samik Rishi says, that arhati, shapam arhati, he does not deserve that curse. So his offense, yes, in that condition of being overworked, tired, exhausted, fatigued, yes, he made that mistake of putting a dead snake around a Brahmana's neck. Yes, he did that mistake, but that mistake was circumstantial. It was not intentional. So Shringi, even though Shringi, Samik Rishi's son, he doesn't forgive Parīkṣit Mahārāja because he gives him this curse and he badmouths him. We saw in so many previous verses. He doesn't forgive, Shringi doesn't forgive Parīkṣit Mahārāja, but still Krishna forgives Parīkṣit Mahārāja. And how can we say that Krishna forgives Parīkṣit Mahārāja? Because it is Krishna's promise that in Padma Puran this comes, that Krishna says that Yadi vatadi doshena madbhakto mam na chasmaret aham smarami madbhakto nayami paramakatim. That at the end of my devotee's life, if yadi vatadi doshena, if because of some disturbances of his body, whatever issues he's going through, madbhakto mam na chasmaret, my devotee is not able to remember me at the end moment of his life, then aham smarami madbhakto, then I will make him remember me. I will remember him and I will make sure that he gets his param gati, the goal of his life. So that is Krishna's promise, and Krishna is fulfilling his promise by arranging the narration of Srīmad Bhāgavatam to Parīkṣit Mahārāja in his last days. So that's how we can say that Krishna does not see Parīkṣit Mahārāja as a culprit. So, and Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.30 that my devotee, even if he does any abominable act, that was api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadureva samantavya samyak vyavastito hi sam. That api chet suduracharo, if my devotee, even if he performs the most abominable act, bhajate mam ananya bhak, if he is ananya bhakta of me, if he is engaged in devotional service to me and me only, Ananya, then in my opinion, sadhu reva himantavyam. He is a sadhu, he is a saint, he is a sage only, because samyak vyavasthito hisa, because he is firmly, properly situated in his devotional service. So Krishna makes it very clear that he does not see Parīkṣit Maharaj as a culprit. And then the one quality we missed is Mahabhagavad, Shakshat Mahabhagavat. So Mahabhagavat means exalted devotees of the Lord, first class devotees of the Lord, pure devotees of the Lord. So what do Mahabhagavat devotees do? What makes them Mahabhagavat? So what is the distinguishing point between a normal or ordinary devotee and Mahabhagavat, pure devotee, first class devotee? So Mahabhagavat does four things. He sees Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in relation to Krishna. Whatever he does for the pleasure of Krishna, and he never forgets Krishna even when he is in difficulty. So these are the things Mahabhagavat does. So certainly we can see that Parīkṣit Maharaj is a Mahabhagavat, and on the strength of his tapasya, his austerity, and his meditation, Samik Rishi can see that Parīkṣit is a Mahabhagavat. He is saying to his son here that he is Sakshat Mahabhagavat. And this Mahabhagavat, we have so many Mahabhagavat devotees in Srīmad Bhāgavatam. So in the 7th canto, Mahabhagavat, Prahlad Maharaj is described. So there is a verse there where Narad Muni says in verse 794 that Prahlad, after the appearance of Lord Narasimhadev, Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimhadev was so furious. He was shivering in anger that how can somebody offend my devotee? So he was furious, he was shaking, he was shivering. And all the demigods, Lord Brahma, everyone tried to pacify, to calm down Narasimhadev. But they all failed. But 5-year-old Prahlad, what he does is he just stands in front of Narasimhadev with folded hands and says that, my Lord, please calm down, please forgive my father. So he asked for forgiveness for his father, and seeing how exalted he is, Narasimhadev's heart immediately melts down. He embraces him, and he makes him sit on his lap, and then he is in the form of a half lion. He is licking his face and showing him all the love. So the point is, Narad Muni says that what all these big demigods, Lord Brahma, what they could not do, 5-year-old Prahlad could do that. So, Jai Shri Radha Giri Govardhan Hari. So, why? So in that verse, Prabhupada explains why Prahlad could do and why nobody else could do it. So Prabhupada says that because Prahlad is a Mahabhagavat, he is a Nitya Siddha Mahabhagavat. So Nitya Siddha means eternal associates of the Lord. So from the womb of his mother, Prahlad was a devotee of the Lord, and even after he came out of his mother's womb, he was devotee of the Lord. Then Prabhupada explains that how, he further explains how Prahlad could do it. Lord Brahma, his age, and if we compare it to Prahlad's age, Lord Brahma's age is like hundreds of thousands years, and Prahlad is just 5-year-old boy, but he could do what Lord Brahma could not, which is specifying Narasimhadev. So then Prabhupada explains this by a verse from Hari Bhakti Vilas. So in that verse, Sanatana Goswami says that Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya kavayo vidya gajendrasya ka Kubjaya kimu nama rupamadikam kim tat sudam nodhanam Vanshah ko vidurasya yadavapater ugrasya kim paurusham bhaktya tushyati kevalam na cha gunair bhakti priyo madhava bhakti priyo madhava. So Srila Prabhupada says that if age was the criteria for attaining perfection in bhakti, then Dhruvasya Kavayo, what was the age of Dhruva Maharaj? Vyadasya Charanam, if Acharam, good character was a criteria for being a good devotee, then Vyada means hunter, and Rugari, what was his good character? He was getting pleasure of half killing the animals. Vidya Gajendrasya, what was, if knowledge was the criteria, then what was the education of Gajendra? If beauty was the criteria, what was the beauty of Kubja? She was a hunchback woman. Then if dhan, wealth was the criteria, then Sudama, what was his wealth? He had no wealth. And if your good birth, being a Brāhmaṇa or being in higher classes of being born in higher classes of men, if that was the criteria, what was the Vansha ko Vidurasya? What was the good birth of Vidura? He was born in a Shudra family. And if Paurusham, if heroism, bravery was the criteria, Yadav Patir Ugrasya Kim Paurusham, Yadav Pati, king of Yadavas, Ugrasen, the grandfather of Krishna, what was his heroism? When comes put him in the jail, he did not retaliate, try to fight, he just waited for Krishna to come and save him. So none of these are the criteria to be a good devotee of Krishna. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam. Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is tushyati, he is satisfied only with loving devotional service because bhakti priyo madhava, because he is bhakti priya, he loves devotion, he loves his devotees. So just like for Dhruva Maharaj, age was not the obstacle in bhakti. For Prahlad Maharaj, age was not obstacle in bhakti. For Sudama, having no wealth was not an obstacle in having bhakti. Similarly, for Parīkṣit Maharaj, having a lot of wealth, being a king, that was not an obstacle for him to be a Mahabhagavat. So, I was reading something from Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, and Maharaj says that a lot of times when we read and we hear about these Mahabhagavat devotees in Srīmad Bhāgavatam, we suffer from I can't do this mentality. So we read about their greatness and then we feel that, oh, how can I do this? How can I attain this position? How can I ever get there? Recently I was talking to one of the Matajis and we were talking about this term going back to Godhead. So she was like, how can I go back to Godhead? Who will let me enter in, back home in Golok Vrindavan? So then, because she was in another tangent, I did not say much, but I thought, where is your faith? That is what Srimad Bhagavatam is again and again inspiring us, that we can all get there. So, Srila Prabhupada in one of the lectures, Srila Prabhupada when he gave a lecture on this verse 794, Prabhupada says that we all have, each and every one of us has potential to be a Mahabhagavat provided we follow Mahajanas. So these devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Parīkṣit Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, they are Nitya Siddha devotees. They are eternal associates of the Lord who are sent on the earthly planet to perform a particular mission. But there is another kind of Mahabhagavatas, Sadhana Siddha Bhaktas, So Prabhupada says we can also be sadhana siddha bhaktas, that we follow the rules and regulations of our Vaidhi Bhakti. We follow the path that Mahabhagavat has shown us, and then we can also be Mahabhagavat. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says in Chaitanya Charitamrita 17:186, he says that dharmasya tattvam nihitam hi guhyam mahajanoyen gata sapantha. That dharmasya tattva, the essence of dharma is nihitam, is been hidden, it's been kept a guhya, it's been kept a secret, where in the hearts of Mahajanas. So by Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam, we are looking into the hearts of Mahabhagavatas. And Mahajano ye Gatana Pantha. So the panth, the path that they have shown, if we follow, we can also be Mahabhagavat devotees. So that should be our goal. We should not just read Bhagavatam as a bystander, as if we are reading a story, but as much as we can, we should try and imbibe these qualities in us. Once someone glorified Srila Prabhupada so much, very long glorification at the end, they asked Srila Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, how can you do this, all this? How can you sleep so little? You travel around the whole world. You are so old. You still, you still do so much compared to we are so young. We are in our 20s, but we get tired. But you in your 70s, you never get tired. So he glorified Prabhupada so much, and then Prabhupada said that what I have been able to do, all of you can do. But the difference is that I am sincere and you all are rascals. You don't even try. You don't even try to follow the Mahabhagavatas. So, Prabhupada says, it says humility, that he puts himself on the level of sadhana siddhas. He is saying that, he is a Nitya Siddha devotee, eternal associate of the Lord, no doubt. But to inspire us, he is bringing himself down on the Nitya Sadhana Siddha devotees. He is saying that we are all Sadhana Siddha devotees. We can all do this. Just follow the path I have shown you. Just follow the program I have given you, and you can all do this. So Nitya Siddha devotees like Srila Prabhupada, they come, they show the path, and they show us the path to go back to Godhead. So how do we follow this Mahabhagavat devotee, Parīkṣit Mahārāja? So apart from these qualities that are described in this particular verse, what we gather from all the verses is that Parīkṣit Mahārāja, first of all, everyone knows, he is a good listener. As soon as he knew that his death is nearing in 7 days, he took shelter of attentive, submissive hearing of Srīmad Bhāgavatam, Harikatha. So if we also imbibe that mood of sincere hearing of Srīmad Bhāgavatam, then that's our first step of trying to follow Mahabhagavat devotee Parīkṣit Mahārāja. Second thing we see is he is fearless. When he hears that he has this curse and he is going to die, he is not angry, or he is not trying to counter curse. Oh, who was that Shringi who cursed me? I'm going to curse him like this. Gandhari, after the Mahabharata Yuddha, when she had lost all her 100 sons, she was so furious that she cursed Lord Krishna, that you don't even belong in our family. This is a Kuru family, but you are the maternal cousin of the paternal cousins of my sons. So Kauravas, their paternal cousins are Pandavas, and their maternal cousin is Krishna. So Gandhari curses him that you don't even belong in Kuru dynasty, but still you have come into our family and you have instigated this fight. I curse you that just like how I lost my 100 sons and my whole Kuru dynasty ended because of you, I curse you that your Yadu dynasty should also end like this, and you guys kill each other among each other, and you also end just like this. So Gandhari gives that counter curse. But Parīkṣit Mahārāja is fearless. He does not care. Okay, death is coming. That's fine. So our Guru Maharaj, he used to say, most of us have heard that death is just a change of service for a devotee. So for Parīkṣit Maharaj, he was serving Krishna as a king when he is down here, and he has no fear because he knows he is going back to him and he will get to serve him in personal. So he is rather excited. So there is no question of having any fear. And then he is detached. As soon as he heard he has the curse, he gives up his kingdom, he appoints his son as his successor, and he leaves. So he has this quality of detached. Even though he was, he had so many opulences, it took him just 1 second to leave everything. And he saw this curse as Krishna's arrangement, not as a punishment. He sees that this is the way my Lord is calling me to him. So he is rather running back to Krishna. And he is humble, he does not retaliate to Shringi, he does not show any anger. He actually regrets, he does self-analysis, and he sees that yes, putting a dead snake on a sage's neck and expecting that because he is in meditation and expecting that he would get up and give me water, it was wrong on my part. So he repents for his mistake, and he always keeps Krishna near his heart. In one of the verses, I think in verse 42, Prabhupada writes in the purport, 42. No, there is no purport. In one of the purports, Prabhupada writes that he ruled in such a, here, 41, that he managed his kingdom so nicely and piously that his subjects would treat him as good as God. Because he keeps Krishna close to him, automatically he gets treated as God by his subjects. So, this fearlessness is the most attractive quality of Parīkṣit Maharaj, that he has no fear of going back to Krishna. He is rather excited. So, like this, if we try to meditate on these qualities of Parīkṣit Maharaj, try to imbibe them as much as we can, and do a sincere, honest effort. Remember Prabhupada's words that you all are rascals, you don't even try. So, if we just try, then we can also achieve this fearlessness of Parīkṣit Maharaj. So Parīkṣit Maharaj is dying. That's why he takes shelter of hearings of srimadbhagavatam. So are we not dying? We are also dying. So what is stopping us from taking shelter of hearing of Krishna Katha sincerely? Daily? Parīkṣit Maharaj was actually lucky. We are, sometimes we feel, such a poor fellow, he's only got 7 days to live. But do we know if we even have 7 more minutes to live? Just yesterday, somebody we know in Rochdale, he was 42 years old. The day before, all the friends, they went to a restaurant and they had dinner and everything. And yesterday he had suddenly he had a heart attack. He died. He has 8-year-old and his kids similar age as our kids, and he just suddenly died. And also we heard in the news some actress died at 42 years age. So none of us know when we are dying, but the fact that is that's confirmed is that we are dying. So if we take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, then we get fearless. So death is a topic we often hesitate to talk about. We don't want to contemplate about it. But Srimad Bhagavatam makes death very insignificant, because Srimad Bhagavatam puts in front of us a much bigger problem. The cycle of birth and death, the vicious cycle. So when we see that we have much bigger problem, then that seems insignificant, and that gives us fearlessness. It gives us awareness about the journey forward, and we become determined that no, I don't want to continue this journey of having birth and death and going to different mothers' wombs anymore. I want to end this journey. I want to go back to Krishna in this very lifetime. So Srimad Bhagavatam makes death insignificant, and that's why when Parīkṣit Mahārāja has taken shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, he has become fearless. That's how we can become fearless, by submissive hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam helps us conquer the fear of death, and it helps us transcend this vicious cycle of the four vyadhis: the birth, death, old age and disease. So it helps us transcend, go above and beyond this cycle. And Srimad Bhagavatam is called life manual. So as we are seeing in this pastime, Srimad Bhagavatam is putting different contrasts of personalities, actions, choices in front of us. So Srimad Bhagavatam shows us how to act, how not to act, how to be, how not to be. In this pastime, Bhagavatam is telling us that be like Parīkṣit Mahārāja, be like Samik Rishi, forgiving, fearless, dharmapalam. And it is saying that don't be like Shringi, proud and unforgiving. So Shringi, Bhagavatam is saying don't be like Shringi. So first thing Bhagavatam does, Shringi does, is that he is judgmental. So Bhagavatam is teaching us don't be judgmental like Shringi. So Shringi hears, so first of all when we read all these verses, it is described that when someone brings the news to Shringi that your father, somebody has put a dead snake around his neck, he was playing. So suddenly he is a little boy. He is immature. In one of the verses, in two verses actually, his father calls him, in verse 42, his father calls him a vipakva buddhe. Pakva means ripe, mature. So buddhe, his intelligence is immature. In next verse 47 also, his father says, Balena pakva buddhena. You are a balak, you are a child, and you are apakva buddhi. So he is a child, he is immature. Somebody comes and tells him while he is playing that this has happened. So he gets this information second hand, but he doesn't bother to go to his father and ask him what happened. He obviously does not have chance or any concern about knowing the Parīkṣit Mahārāja side of story, but immediately he gives the judgment that Parīkṣit Mahārāja is a culprit and he should be punished, he should be cursed. And the peak of his arrogance, in verse 35, he says, Krishne gate bhagavati. In that verse, he says that because now Krishna has gone back to his abode, now these upstart kings like Parīkṣit Mahārāja, they are flourishing. So he is thinking as if after Krishna has gone, the responsibility, the onus of maintaining dharma is on to him. And so he is thinking that now I am the next Krishna. So that is the audacity. He says, so we can see his anger, his pride and his immaturity. He is calling Parīkṣit Mahārāja a dog who should sit outside the home. So first thing we learn from Shringi is that don't be judgmental and impulsive. Second thing, he is proud to be a Brahman. You can see in many of the verses that he has this pride in being born in a Brahman family. His father is saying that Parīkṣit Mahārāja is as good as God. In one of the verses he's saying that. But this one, he's saying that he is a dog. He should sit outside the house. So, he is a Brahman. He is proud to be a Brahman. But wait, does he have the qualities that a Brahman should have? Bhagavad Gita 18.42, Krishna describes how a Brahman acts. So Krishna says that Shamo damastapa shaucham Shantir arjavam evacham Gnana vignana astikyam Brahma karma svabhavajam. that a Brahman should have shamo, peacefulness. He should be in mode of goodness. Damas, he should have self-control. Tapa, austerity. Shaucham, internal and external cleanliness. Kshanti, forgiveness. Arjav, he should be honest. Gnana, he should have knowledge of scriptures. Vignana, he should have realized knowledge. Wisdom, when we have knowledge, but when we realize the knowledge, when we internalize it, then it becomes wisdom. And then it makes us be able to apply it. Astikyam, you should have firm faith in the justice of God. So these are the qualities by which a Brahmana is supposed to act. So this one, Sringi is so proud to be a Brahman, but does he have any of these qualities? Does he have, where is his self-control, where is his peacefulness, where is his kshanti, his forgiveness? So he does not have any of the qualities. But in one of the verses, Prabhupada writes that Sringi is the first person who assumes that because he is born in a Brahman family, he is a Brahman. So from Sringi, the fall down of the divine system Krishna himself has created, the Varnashram system, based on guna karma, their activities and their qualities. From Sringi, that system starts to decline, and from there, the misuse of power by Brahmanas, it starts. And eventually, that is the reason why Kaliyug Brahmans, they have lost their Brahminical powers and their culture. And third thing we learn from Sringi is that we see that he has no consideration for pleasure of Krishna. We saw in the symptoms of Mahabhagavad that whatever he does for the pleasure of Krishna. So every action, every thought passes through that filter, that is Krishna going to be pleased with this action? Is Krishna going to be pleased with this thought? But Sringi, he does not consider Krishna's pleasure. In one of the verses in Srimad Bhāgavatam 9, 15, 14, it is said that Kshamaya rochate lakshmi brahmi sauri yatha prabha kshaminamashu bhagavanta tushyate harimishwaram. That Kshamaya rochate lakshmi, when we forgive someone, it rochate, it interests Lakshmi. So when we forgive someone, automatically Lakshmi, opulences and auspiciousness comes to us. Just like sun is decorated by sunlight, Prabha. And Kshaminam Tushyate Bhagavan. So by our forgiveness, Bhagavan, Hari, Ishwar, he gets Tushyat, he gets pleased, he gets satisfied. So it is said, Jai Shri Shri Radhagiri Govardhan Hari Ki Jai. So this is the quality of Brahmana. Brahman, the beauty of Brahman is that he can forgive. The beauty of Kshatriya is that is his heroism, and he is not doing the palayan, escaping from the battlefield. Beauty of Vaishya is how expertly he maintains the agriculture and the cow protection. And the beauty of Shudra is how nicely he serves his masters and pleases them. So when all of these varnas do this, then Supreme Lord is pleased with them. So Srimad Bhagavatam through this pastime is telling us that don't be like Sringi. Know what pleases Lord and do what pleases the Lord. And we see what are the results of his actions. After Sringi cursing Parīkṣit Maharaj left the kingdom. It's no loss to him. He was not attached to the kingdom. No loss to him. But it's a loss for the whole world, because the world lost the last righteous king. So because of his Shringi's action, the society entered into Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga got chance after Parīkṣit Maharaj left. Then Kali Yuga got chance to creep in, because we saw in the previous chapters that until Parīkṣit Maharaj was there, all the praja yatha raja tatha praja, all the praja was also righteous. Though so, Kali Yuga was struggling to find any place where he can go and stay. But after Parīkṣit Maharaj left, Kali Yuga crept into the society. So Bhagavatam is telling us, don't be like Shringi. He reacted to the gossip. So Bhagavatam is telling us that no, wait, verify, and consult, ask. He acted out of ego. So Bhagavatam is teaching us to be humble, especially when you are in a position of power. Be humble. And he judged a devotee. So that's biggest Vaishnava Braj, judging devotees. So Bhagavatam is telling us that don't do it. And he cursed impulsively. So Bhagavatam is telling us that control your anger and use your wisdom. And Bhagavatam here is not just glorifying the Mahabhagavat, Parīkṣit Maharaj, but it is also exposing the immaturity. It is also immaturity and pride and anger and the consequences of all this through Shringi's character. So Shringi, for us, he becomes the negative example. So he shows that knowledge without wisdom, what it does. It brings destruction. It makes you, it leads you to poor decision making. So knowledge without wisdom, it leads to destruction. Then quickly talking about Samik Rishi, his role in this entire pastime, it seems very brief. He is in meditation, and then when his son comes crying, he hears the noise, he opens his eyes and asks what happened. So his role is very brief, but his response to the offense Parīkṣit Maharaj did to him and his reaction to the curse his son gave to Parīkṣit Maharaj, they reveal that he is a saintly personality. So in the same family, we have Samik Rishi, who is a Brahman, and we have Shringi, his own son, that is not a Brahman. So this also highlights that the Varna Vyavastha is not based on birth, where you are born. And is Samik Rishi, is he 100% saint? Is he 100% white character, or is he 100% black character? No, he is also a little bit grey character. He also did one little mistake. And what mistake was that? When Parīkṣit Maharaj came to his door, he was Atithi. Atithi means the one who comes without saying Tithi. Tithi means the date. So when I saw an interview of the Miss World, Aishwarya Rai, and Oprah Winfrey, she asked her that how does it feel that you guys in your Indian culture, even after being adults, you live with your parents. So she answered that at least we don't have to take appointments to see our parents. So like that, Atithi means the one who comes without making the appointment. So it is said in Shastras that one should treat Atithi Devo Bhava, one should treat Atithi, guest, as Narayan, because that is how the Lord will come. The Lord will come in the form of Atithi to see how ready you are, a devotee is, to serve him in any condition, any day. So Atithi Devo Bhava. So he did, Samik Rishi did that one mistake, that he failed to give proper hospitality to Parīkṣit Maharaj. So Atithi is a representative of Supreme Lord, and there is a verse in Bhāgavatam 8th Canto. It says that the home from which Atithi, the uninvited guests, they go without even being offered little water. Those homes are like the holes in the farm, the field, where the jackals, in Hindi we call shiar, so where jackals reside. So it is condemned, not even when a Atithi comes, not even offering them water or place to sit or something to eat, it is condemned. And especially Parīkṣit Mahārāja is a Vaishnava, so when a Vaishnava comes to your home, it is an opportunity to serve Krishna directly. So one should not miss it. And Swami Krishi realizes that mistake, and that's why he is repentant. So that one mistake, yes, Swami Krishi does make. But apart from that, we see that he is very tolerant. When he opens his eyes and sees the snake around his neck, he just throws it away. He doesn't think it's a big deal. He is peaceful. Then he has the spiritual wisdom. He does not see Parīkṣit Mahārāja just as a king. He can see that Parīkṣit Mahārāja is a Vaishnava, a devotee. And he laments for his son's mistake. He takes the responsibility. And that shows, he condemns his son. He is, in previous verses, he has told him a lot of things. And in verses coming also, he is going to condemn that curse. But he is not blind in Putra Prem, in love for his son. Like Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra says in Udyog Parva of Mahabharata that I know what is right, I know what is dharma, but I have no taste for it because of my attachment for my son Duryodhana. So Dhritarashtra is not just physically blind, he is blind in love for his son as well. And his blind love for his son makes him ignore the injustice, the planning and plotting his sons do against Pandavas, the humility they do towards Draupadi, and the massive war that Duryodhana starts. So, and also Dronacharya, he was also blind in his Putra Prem. So he was the teacher of both Pandavas and Kauravas. But he, in the war of Mahabharata, he fights from the side of Kauravas. So once Yudhishthira says that he is fighting from the side of Kauravas, not because he hates us, but because he loves his son Ashwatthama, because he wants to see him by being on that side, he wants to see him being powerful, respected, and become rich. And out of his love, Dronacharya's love, him not stopping Ashwatthama at the right time, Ashwatthama ended up, doing the massacre of 5 sleeping sons of Pandavas and releasing Brahmastra to kill this Parīkṣit Mahārāja. So, like them, our Swami Krishi, he is not blind in Putra Prem. He is saying wrong to wrong to his son, and he is forgiving. He is understanding Parīkṣit Mahārāja's condition. On our verse, it says, Kshutra Truta Shramayuto Dino Naivas Machapa Arhati. He did not deserve to be cursed. So, see how did this whole thing start? Parīkṣit Mahārāja came to Swami Krishi's ashram and asked for a glass of water. Similarly, in 9th canto, we see Amrish Maharaj. He just drinks a glass of water without Durvasa Muni. So this glass of water is much more important than sometimes we realize. So through this glass of water, Srimad Bhagavatam shows us that it shows us another negative character, Durvasa Muni, in 9th canto. So we all know what happened. Amrish Maharaj, he was the king. He was fasting for Ekadashi. On Dwadashi day, Durvasa Muni comes as Atithi, unannounced, uninvited, and it's time to nearly time to break fast. So Amrish Maharaj invites him to break fast, Ekadashi fast with him. So Durvasa Muni says, no, I want to go and bathe in Gangaji first, then I will break the fast. So wait for me. He goes, and then the time for breaking fast, the Muhurat is passing. So Amrish Maharaj consults with the Brahmanas, and they advise him that just drink some water, so that will be considered as breaking the fast and not breaking the fast both. So he does that. And when Durvasa Muni comes and he says that he's already had water, he has drank before his guest, so he gets angry and he creates a demon to kill Amrish Maharaj. So, so this is what happens in Amrish Maharaj's story for this glass of water. So what is common between Durvasa Muni and Shringi? Durvasa Muni is a renunciant, he is a sannyasi, he is much more older in age, he is much more experienced, but they both don't know how to deal with a Vaishnava. And Keshav Maharaj said in one of his classes that if you don't know how to deal with a Vaishnava, then you can't be called a Vaishnava yourself. In Padma Puran, it is said that who is qualified to be a guru, who is qualified to be called a guru. So it says that Satkarmo Nipuno Vipro Mantra Tantra Visharada Avaishnavo Gurur Nasyad Vaishnava Swapacho Guru. That you can be Satkarmo Nipuno, you can be doing all the pious activities, you can be Nipun, expert in, you can be a Brahmana, you can be Visharad, expert in all the mantras, tantras, but if you are a Vaishnava, if you are not a devotee of the Lord yourself and you do not know how to deal with devotees of the Lord, then you are not qualified to be a guru. But if a devotee of Lord, even if he is born in a lower caste, who are swapacha, dog-eating families, even then, the devotee of the Lord is qualified to be a guru. And also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Kene Shudra Kaya Ye Krishna Tattva Vetta Say Guru Hai. That what Vipra, what Brahman, what Sannyasi, what Shudra, I don't consider any of that. Ye Krishna Tattva Vetta, the one who is an expert in Krishna Tattva, who knows the science of Krishna, who knows the science of Krishna consciousness, say Guru Hai. That person is Guru, a devotee, a Vaishnava, in my opinion. So, Durvasa Muni is a renunciant. He knows Shastra, but he does not know how to deal with a devotee. And his anger reveals that he is an inferior devotee than Amrish Maharaj. Because Amrish Maharaj, he does not show this anger. So as we saw, one of the symptoms of being a devotee is being able to control your anger. So it is a symptom. Lower devotee sees the Shastra through his emotions, and higher devotee sees the Shastra. Higher devotee sees his emotions through Shastra. So lower devotee, like Durvasa Muni said, inferior devotee than Parīkṣit Maharaj. So what he does, he saw a little imperfection according to Shastra, that having eating or drinking before your guest, he saw the little imperfection in Amrish Maharaj, all finally, and then he reacted out of proportion. He created this demon, and we know the whole story how Amrish Maharaj ends up forgiving him very kindly. So he is a lower devotee, and Shringi, he is he knows that much little bit that a Brahmana, they are supposed to guide the society. So the Brahmanas are supposed to guide the Kshatriya, so then he assumes that Brahmanas are higher than Kshatriyas, and then so he says that Parīkṣit Maharaj is a dog, he should sit outside, he doesn't even deserve to come and sit inside my father's house. So like that. So he is seeing Shastra through his emotions. He is looking at scriptures from how he is feeling. He is looking for something in Shastra for fault finding others. But higher devotee, what they do when they are going through Shastra, and they are going like, oh, I have this anartha as well, I have this anartha as well, I have this anartha as well. So while going through Shastra, they are evaluating their emotions, how I feel and how I am supposed to self-analyze and self-improve. So higher devotee sees their emotions through Shastra and tries to improve, tries to correct them. So Shringi, we see he is using Shastra to fault find, and he is justifying his father's act. He is saying, oh, what else could my father do? He was meditating, so how is he supposed to know? And Parīkṣit Maharaj being Kshatriya, he's like a dog, he's supposed to sit outside. So no wonder my father didn't give him water. So he tried to defend. So that is what we do. When it is someone else's mistake, we become the judge. And when it is our own mistake, we become the lawyer. We try to defend. So this is Kali Yuga. This mentality of Shringi, of fault finding, justifying, being the lawyer of their own mistake, that is Kali Yuga. And as soon as we see ourselves doing that, we should be alert that no, now I am letting Kali Yuga enter my consciousness. So we see that Amrish Maharaj, Parīkṣit Maharaj, they are Mahabhagavad devotees. Prahlad Maharaj, he forgives his father. So they are Mahabhagavad devotees, they are great devotees, exalted devotees, because they have the ability to forgive. But Durvasa Muni, Shringi, they don't have this ability to forgive. So, it is, should I continue, Prabhu?
I have one question. So, does Parīkṣit Maharaj sacrifice horses, or it is just it has some other meaning?
No, he is doing Ashwamedh Yagyas.
Ashwamedh.
Sacrificing horses.
Slaughtering of horses.
No, in Vedic sacrifices, in Vedic yagyas, animals were sacrificed to test the mantras. So they had powerful mantras that could revive, and to test them, like in laboratory, you know, we test new medicines on rats or animals. Like that, they used to test the mantras on animals. So they would revive them, and the animal would get a better life. So that's what used to happen when they sacrificed through mantra, through religiosity. But now in Kali Yuga, mantras don't have that kind of
But
potency.
in this context, it is Ashwamedh.
Yes, yes, yes. Should I continue? Yeah, thank you. So, it is said that how advanced a devotee is, if you want to know, then you should see their ability to forgive others. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, it describes 9 progressive stages of bhakti. So it says that Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Anarth Nivrutti, Saddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nivrutti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav and Prem. These are the 9 progressive stages of bhakti. This is how a devotee progresses towards the final goal, Prem, love of Godhead. And what are the symptoms of one being in the stage of the higher stages of Bhava and Prem? It's a very nice verse. It says that first quality is Kshanti, ability to forgive. So that verse says, Kshantir avyartha kalatvam viraktir asaktirmana-shunyata asha-bandha-samutkantha namagane sada-ruchi asaktir-tad-gunakhyane प्रीतिस्तद्वसति-स्थले इत्यादि अनुभावास्युर jata-bhavankurajane. So it describes qualities of a person who is in bhava stage of bhakti. So first quality is kshanti. They have the ability to forgive. They have avyartha kalatvam. They have this tendency to not waste time. They hear the scriptures, and the scriptures arise the urgency towards the goal of life. So they don't want to waste even a single moment without hearing about Krishna, doing something for Krishna. They want Krishna in every moment of life, and they don't want to they want to waste any time. Virakti, they are like your mom. Yes, Virakti, they are. They are detached. They don't have any attachment. Even if they are in middle of so many opulences like this, Mahabhagavad devotees, Parīkṣit Mahārāja, Amrish Maharaj, they are not attached. Mana-shunyata. So like Parīkṣit Maharaj say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, amanina manadena. Devotee is himself not expecting any respect for himself, but he is giving respect to everyone. So that is another stage. They give respect to everyone. Asha Bandha, they are never disappointed. They are always hopeful because they know Krishna is in charge and he will always do whatever Krishna will do. It can't be anything other than auspicious. So whatever Krishna gives, they never leave hope. Samutkantha, they are always excited. They are never exhausted and complaining. They are always excited to do more surveys, to do more hearing. Then Namagane Sadaruchi, they are always, they have ruchi, they have always, they are getting taste in taking the name. They are never, chanting 16 rounds is not a burden for them. They are getting more and more taste even when they are not chanting through the beats. Internally the name is still continuously going on. So they are in that stage. And Asaktirtha Gunakhyane, they are very very attached to glorify the Lord. So when devotee in bhava stage glorifies the Lord, they are not doing it for name or fame or glorification for themselves. They are doing it out of the realization that this is going to please the Lord, and that is their concern. So asaktir tad gunakhyane, they are so attached to glorify the Lord. Pritis tad vasati stale. The sthala, the places where he lives. Where does Krishna live? He lives in his temples. So they are always excited to go to temple. And he lives in his dhama. So they are always attached to have the opportunity to go visit the dhama where Krishna performed his pastimes. So these are the qualities somebody in the bhava stage, in the higher stages of bhakti, they have. So we see that the ability to forgive is put the first in somebody who is in bhava stage. So there is a lot to share. I don't want to keep you guys from breakfast. So in recent times, there was the example, the most famous example of forgiveness. If you Google, you will get to read about forgiveness of Amish community. So in US, in Pennsylvania, there is this type of Christians community. They are called Amish community. So they live there. And in 2006, what happened? So these people, they take what is written in the Bible literally, a little bit like us. So they create their own community. They stay away from the other civilization. They live without any motor vehicles, electricity, any gadgets, any machinery. They grow their own vegetables and everything they eat. They comes from their own farms. Their women, they do the sewing and knitting, and they make their own clothes. So they live a very simple life. So they have their own schools. So in Pennsylvania, there was this Amish community. They were living all together. And nearby, there was a nickel mine. So the workers who were working in that mine, they were also living in another community nearby. And in that community, there was a 32-year-old milkman. He was a truck driver. So he used to deliver milk and he used to pass through these Amish communities' houses. So the people of Amish community used to know him as a quiet milkman, because he used to always be grumpy, not speak anything, not smile, quiet milkman. So one day what he did is he went to the school of Amish community, and he pulled out 10 girls of exactly 10 years old. 5 girls he killed, 5 girls he badly injured. And then he shot himself. He committed suicide. So later they found out that 10 years ago he lost his daughter prematurely. So he was angry on God. He had not forgiven God till now. So 10 years later, he finds 10 girls who are 10 years old, and he he tries to take revenge on God. But Amish community on the other side, what they did, before even they did the last rites for their own daughters, they all went to the house of this person who killed all of them, and they went and told his parents that we forgive you. We can understand the pain you are going through. So don't worry about any anger or any revenge or any negative feelings about us. So they go like that. They're very kind, and they and later they invite that family, to come to their the funeral of their daughters. And later this family, the parents of the killer, they release a statement saying, we are overwhelmed with your forgiveness. It's a long statement, but the crux is that they are overwhelmed with their forgiveness. So this is how, they set an example of forgiveness. There was a sage once, he went to a village and he asked all of the people that today I'm going to teach you a lesson. So they said, what's the lesson? They say, the sage said, okay, there is a big pile of potatoes. Each one of you take one potato for each person you have not forgotten. So somebody takes 1 potato, 5 potato, 10 potatoes, and he gives them each a bag to carry. So he says, for next 1 week, you have to carry this bag everywhere you go. You have to carry it. So after 1 week, when he meets all these people, he asks them, so how was it? So they say it was very exhausting. We had to carry it everywhere, so we had to remember it. Everywhere we go, we have to keep it, and towards the end of the week, the potatoes started rotting. So they were stinking, and it was very unpleasant experience keeping them near us. So then the sage says that is the lesson, that if we give space to people we haven't forgiven in our heart, then there is no space for God in our heart. Then we don't have any space for. So when we can't forgive someone, firstly, what it does, it takes away our energy, takes away our attention, and it takes away our ability to appreciate what God has done for us. So this Amish community, they had firm faith in the words of God, Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ, as we know, when he was crucified, he says that, oh Father, please forgive these people because they don't know what they are doing. So that is exactly what people of this Amish community did. They forgave their perpetrator. So there is still much more, but I think we'll try to conclude now. So as we said, when we keep we give space to people we haven't forgiven in our heart. We don't have room to appreciate what God has done. So there is a nice quote. It says, and I'll end with that quote. It says that God gives, and gives, and He forgives, and we get, and we forget. So through this pastime of Parīkṣit Mahārāja, Shringi, and Samit Rishi, let's try to absorb that mood of forgiveness that Krishna exemplifies, that Krishna's devotee, Parīkṣit Mahārāja, Amrish Mahārāja, Prahlad Mahārāja, they all exemplify. So let's try to be forgiving. I know it's very hard. We all need healing, and that is why I think we need to be around people who are in the same process of healing, and some of us are already healed, some of us don't have any grudges for anyone. So it's so nice to be in the association of devotees like that, so we can absorb this mood of forgiving. So on that note, I think we'll conclude here. If anyone has any questions or realizations, corrections, please feel free to share. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम महापुराण की जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.